what this music is. It's AI generated music. And we are going to generate this music with the Google's AI Studio. And to generate this kind of music, you need to go somewhere and do something. What that thing is, I'm going to tell you very soon. So stay tuned till the end of this video because this music is really mind-blowing. I'm using it all day. I'm generating music, listening to all day, and this is really a fun part. But what we are going to do in this video, we are going to explore the AI Studio of Google, which is packed with all the AI product of Google. Yes, all the AI product of Google is free to use here. Try it out, and it's really mind-blowing. You're going to forget the ChatGPT Claude because it's really better than ChatGPT Claude, even on the image generation, even on the code generation. It's exceptionally well. With the Google's new Gemini 2.5 Pro model, it's having amazing thinking ability, and the Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash is really faster than any other model I have tried yet. We have to explore a lot of things in this AI Studio of Google, so stay tuned and let's get started. So welcome to Bitfilms. I'm your host Sarthak, and this video is all about the Google's AI Studio, which we are going to explore here. But before moving forward, if you have ever watched my video and if you like them, then please don't forget to hit subscribe button. This is important for me, and if you see this video as having some value, then hit like, and if you like mind blown with this video, then share this video with your friends so that they can also get all the amazing AI products of Google which is inside this AI Studio. So yes, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and comment is all yours. So here in the AI Studio, how you can get into that? It's very simple. It's aistudio.google.com, and if you have not signed in, then you need to sign in with your Google account as usual. And now, first of all, you can see the left panel. If I expand this left panel, you can see we have chat, stream, generate media, build, and history. Okay, so we are going to start with the chat, and then we will gradually move to the different amazing things. So first of all, when you go on the chat, it will open the new chat. So if you're doing something and if you click on this chat button, then it's going to start the new chat session. Okay, just like ChatGPT, you have used it. It's very simple. You can write here something and it will go into response. So if I say hey, and if I hit enter by having my command pressed, if you are on Windows, then control pressed, and if I say hey, since this is a Gemini Pro model which is having thinking ability, then even on the hey, it's like thinking too much, so it's called overthinking, I will say. So it's overthinking, and just say hey, how can I help you today? This comes because we have chosen a model on the right side. So if you go on the right side, there are a lot of amazing things which we need to explore. So I'm going to just close the things so that it will be not cluttered. And now if you go at the top, you will see that we have the model name given. If you hover over it, it will give you the more information about that. We will going to dig into this information very soon, but let's see, what if I turn from the Pro model to a Flash model? Then I can see on the right side we have the thinking mode enabled. Now if you go on the Pro model once again, you can see this is not available because this Pro model itself is a thinking model. It's by default a thinking model, but on the Flash you can say that I want thinking or not. So if I turn off this thinking model, and if I say once again hey, and this is going to without thinking going to response, which is yes, it's not overthinking. So now explore the other model. So if you go on any model, we have the series of models like Gemini 2.5, 2.4, 1.5, Gamma, which is an open source version of their Google's LLM, and some other models. So let's start with the Gemini 2.5. And if I click on this, or maybe just hover it, on the left side, I have this information about the Gemini 2.5 Pro preview model. It has a lot of information like the pricing, which is having really costly, and it can be useful when like you need to reason over complex problem and tackle different code, math, STEM problem like that, having a long context window, and it's best for coding, reasoning, and multimodal understanding. That means you can actually give video, you give audio, you can give image all at once, and it's going to work on different media types. Yes, it has the cutoff knowledge of January 2025. That means it's stick with the Jan 2025 knowledge. whatever happened after 2025 January, it doesn't know anything. Now we have a rate limit. That means you can do 150 requests per minute, and it is really faster. You can see it's having almost amazing latency. But if you go on this flash model, you can see flash model is very cheap. 0.015 for input token against $1.25 for input token, and output token is $10 per million token, and here on the flash it's just 3.5, and if we are having non-thinking it's just $0.6. And for the flash you can see the rate limit is really high, like 1000 requests per minute. Plus on the free plan like we are using is having 10 requests per minute and 500 requests per day only. But it's also having the January 2025 knowledge, having little less latency, and best for large scale processing, low latency, high volume task, agentic use cases, like all other things. But these are the paid model of Google. And now let's explore the Gamma model. So Gamma model is free of cost. You can see it doesn't have any pricing, and it has a really high rate limit. Knowledge is a little short, like August 2025, and really high latency. These are the things. If it doesn't matter, then free model is all for you. You can try it anything with the Gamma 3 1 billion, 4 billion, 12 billion or 27 billion model. So let's try this Gamma 27 billion model, and if I say count the R in strawberry. Okay, so this is really a nice thing, and let's check this out. It says 2R in strawberry, which is incorrect against if you have the high model like Gemini 2.5 Pro. Now let's explore other options from the chat. So if I go now to the Gemini 2.5 Pro, here we can see we have a lot more options here. First, let's start with the token count. So whatever conversation is happening here, we are storing the token. Now we have a limit of token we can use, and that is really nice. And let's try to have a story. So if I ask the model to write a story, it's going to eat up a lot of token because story is having a big amount of text in it, and it's going to have a lot of token. But instead of just relying on the input word and the output word, since this model is a thinking model, it's also going to eat up the token while on the thinking mode. And you can see now it has created the story, and now this is having a story in our chat, which is going to have 1321 token and on and all with all these conversations we had. Now the temperature is allowing the creativity. So higher the temperature, more is the creativity, and less the temperature is less the creativity is. So if you ask for the story having a less temperature, it might be having a similar kind of story every time. But if you have a high temperature and if you ask for a story 2-3 times, every time it generates totally different story because the creativity freedom is high. Now next is thinking mode. We already talked about the thinking mode, which is only available in the flash model. This model, Pro model, is by default a thinking model, but what you can do, you can set the thinking budget very low. So let's say I just have the 100 as the thinking budget. Now if I do this, it's going to less think about the problem we are having and give you the response in a quicker manner. You can see it just used manual 128 budget for the thinking mode, and that's why it's really quick in the response. But once again, let's see, I make it really huge, 32,000, and if I once again ask for the same thing, it's going to think way longer than previous time, because this time we have a lot more thinking ability we have provided for this model. So here we get the response, and now if I explore the thought process of this model we have provided, so see, when we have 32,000 plus thinking mode, then you can see it has a lot more thinking. And remember, when we just had 100 budget for the thinking, you can see just 2 things and it's done. So this is really important to set the thinking budget. It's according to the task you want. If you want the model to think longer, then set the budget higher. If you want the model to think less, then set the budget very less. It's also going to affect your token, so make sure you set the budget according to your need. So no more overthinking. Let's move to the next thing, which is the tools. Here we have a lot more amazing tools for the model. So we have a structure, output, code execution, function calling, grounding with Google search, and grounding with URL text. I can give you the example of Google search. So what I want, I can start new session on the chat, but what I have another option to clear all the chat. If you go and click on this clear chat, it's going to clear everything here. And if I want to reset all the things we have made changes, we can just click on here to reset all the things we have changed. Now start the grounding with Google search. This is really nice, grounding with Google search. Now it's going to search for the thing. Now, you know, Apple WWDC 2025 is going to happen, but I want to know when it is actually happen. So if I turn off the Google search, and then it's going to give me the estimate of like when it could happen. But if I turn it on, the grounding with Google search, it's going to give me the exact date when this WWDC 2025 of Apple is going to happen. And here you can see it's giving the estimate like 2 to 3 June or 9 to 13 June. But now let's start the grounding with Google, and this time it's going to search on the Google and then give you the exact date, which is the 9th of June 2025 for the Apple WWDC. And here comes the result. You can see we have exact date, which is 9 June 10 AM PD. That's the power of grounding with Google search. Now we can provide a structure output also. So if I turn it off, if I turn the structure output on, and I want to provide a structured output, that means output should not be just a string, it could be a JSON format, and the format should be like this. I want the date and the type is a string, and I also provide the description so that AI will know what exactly this date means. The exact date of Apple WWDC 2025. Now what's going to happen, since this structure output doesn't work with the Google grounding, so you can see if I enable the structure output, it has enabled every other tool, because one tool at a time. And now if I search this time, it's going to return me the date only for the WWDC. Again, it's not going to perfect, but let's see what's going to happen at this point if I have the structure output enabled. Okay, so it doesn't provide anything because it doesn't know about this. Now, since we know that this model is having the knowledge base till January 2025, let's ask for the 2024 WWDC date. So I'm going to ask for WWDC, when was Apple 2024 WWDC, and now we have structured output enable, so it should give me the JSON with the exact date. So June 10 to 14, again it's roughly estimating, but it's okay, we have the formatted output, that means the structured output. Now let's move to the next thing. Again, I'm going to clear the chat and enable the code execution. So what if I want to write a script that's going to analyze the Apple intelligence trend? So at this point, since it's a really amazing model, it's going to write the Python script for us, but we cannot execute or run that script right in the chat window. So what's going to happen when we enable the code execution? Once we enable the code execution, then whatever script it's going to write, it will be able to execute right inside the chat window. So right now you can see it's writing all the code for us, and code execution is turned off. And that's why we will be not able to run this directly inside the chat. Okay, you can see nothing is there to run this. It also giving you the way to run it on your own. But I'm going to clear this once again. This time I'm going to enable the code execution, running the same script, and now we will see that we will be able to run the code directly inside the chat window. Okay, for some reason this is not able to run the code, but you can see it is having now code execution result. So code was not able to execute it. We can fix it by asking fix the error, but this is happened because we have enabled the code execution. Okay, so that's enough, and now I can clear the chat. We can go to the next thing, which is function calling. Remember, function calling or tool calling is simply calling different tool for certain action. You can provide the tool right here in the code editor, or you can create a functional code visualized, but you can search for different code and you can add that as a function calling. Okay, so that's enough, but let's now move to the advanced setting here, which is really, really smart enough. You can tackle which is the safety feature you can turn on or off. So right now, all these are just off because of the safety reason. But if I turn it on by saying block none, this is going to abruptly give me the result. So I am going to give very, very bad things. Give me some offensive word in English. Now, this is obviously not good. I should have not done this, but this is going to give you the result, and I'm going to not show you all these things, but you can try these on your own on your AI studio by having all these turned on. And the next amazing thing is the output token. This is really interesting. So what's going to happen if I ask model to write a line story? And this time I'm going to have the thinking token very less so that it can write the story very fast. And if I run this, it's going to write the entire story for me from beginning till the end. Why? Because we have really big output token. Now, what if I change this output token to have just 1000 or maybe just 400? Now, let's see what's going to happen at this level when we have 400 output. Now, at this point, since the output token is chopped, so it's not like it's going to give me the shorter story. No, not at all. So it has created the story, but the story is chopped at level where it reached the 400 output token. So see, at this level, it stopped after this. His father, and it was having some data, some story after this, but since we have a limited output token, it just chopped the output data we are having. Now, we have next amazing thing called the system instruction or system prompt, you can say. I'm going to give a very nice system prompt which says always respond in single word, and that too in binary. Okay, so if I ask what is the capital of India, and it should return the result, obviously New Delhi, but in the binary format. This is going to be interesting. So let's see. Yep, we have this binary format, and I say binary to binary to text. Binary to text is this one. And if I write it, if I ask like this is ASCII one, and New Delhi is here. So the system output is setting the boundary for the LLM model which you want to do. You can set it like, hey, you are the best LinkedIn content writer, or you are the marketing strategist, or whatever you want. You can share the chat with your friends just like you share any Google thing. We have like this. You can also have the code execution, like you can have this same structure or all the question and answer, the prompt, the response, everything here we have. We can just copy this, hit it on the terminal, and it's going to run it. Cool. So that's really, really nice. And I'm going to clear this chat once again because we have covered or finished the chat section of the AI Studio. Now let's move to the screen part. This is interesting. Why? Because now the Gemini is having the ability to interact with the real world, or especially right now with the speech, the camera, or the screen sharing. So let's start the talking part. So if I allow the talking and say, hey Gemini, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How about you?
So you saw how amazing this is to talk to the Gemini, and we can do all that thing. We can also enable the webcam, and with the webcam I can see and do whatever I want. So if I do something like this, hey Gemini, what is the sign I have created with my hand?
You're making the classic rock-on sign with your hand, with your index finger and pinky extended. It's often used in rock music culture to express enthusiasm or support.
Okay, so that was the live part, and you can give anything. Like, so I have this book and I'm going to ask about this book. Hey Gemini, what this book is and how popular this book is.
The book you're holding appears to be AI 2041, 10 Visions for Our Future by Kai-Fu Lee and Chen-Q Fan. It's a popular book exploring how artificial intelligence might shape the future in very...
So see, this is really nice, but the real power comes on the screen sharing. So what I can do here, I'm going to share my screen, and this time a single tab, and I'll say ask for that. This is the one. Hey Gemini, what this paper is all about?
This paper, titled Attention is All You Need, introduces a new neural network architecture called the transformer. It's mainly...
So this is right here, and it can be helpful for you whenever you are doing something. Let's say you are doing video editing, let's say you are doing coding, let's say you are watching something, or maybe any tutorial you are watching if you are a student, if you are studying. Everywhere this can be really amazingly useful, and I have used it to solve an amazing bug which was not able to solve with the cursor, and that was because cursor cannot dig into the UI part, and I want to find out where the setting in the UI. I gave this the screen sharing. I asked like, hey, where is that setting, and it just guided me. Great. But with that, you can see we have a lot more options on the right side for this talking, webcam, or screen sharing, basically the streaming part. You can have different model on that. You can provide whether you want a different voice. Maybe I can go with this model, then I can also have a text in the response. So whether I'm asking or whether I'm screen sharing, it's always going to respond in the text only, not on the audio. So if I am on the audio, I can pick a voice, and I can pick a language also. So let's say if I pick Hindi, and then I'll say, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So this
How
is
are you?
Hindi accent, and if I ask in Hindi, क्या हाल चाल है?
That's right. You have a Hindi accent. And you ask, क्या हाल चाल है? How are things going?
क्या हाल चाल है?
ठीक ठाक. Things are okay. How about you?
See, it just mixed up with the Hindi and the English. Okay, that's really good. And now you can see we have the token per image also. Token per image is this. You can have the resolution for that. Now we can provide some session context, and we can also provide the tooling just like we saw on the chat part. So that was the amazingly great thing we have seen in the streaming. So now let's move to the generate media part, and here you can generate the video using the VO. You can see all these videos can be generated with the VO, but make sure you just have the limited scope for using this, because it takes really huge amount of computation, and that's why it is really not that free. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload an image of a duck, and I will say make it fly. Okay, and that's great. And now I just want the 5-second one, and using the VO2. Very soon VO3 will be there also, but let's see how it come up with the result. While this is generating the video, let's move to the next thing here on our generate media part. And now we can also generate the image by writing. So generate an image of a duck swimming in pool, like that. So it's going to generate the image for me. What else I can generate? I can generate Gemini image generation and image gen. So there are two models for the image generation. So we have different things. But now the interesting part comes is the Lyria real-time music generation. This is the thing which I was talking about in the initial part of this video. So very soon I can start this, and once this is started, then you will see the real music. Okay, so that's good, but what if I can change things here? So I can do some changes here, like small, just turn them down, and now let's see the different kind of music right now. Now I can add some more things. Yeah, this is really nice. And let's add the trash. Now I have added happen now. That's because of the trash. Okay, cool. So that's about creating the music or the beats with the Gemini. Are you able to listen to me? I'm not sure. But this is good. This is really nice. I'm loving it. Okay, so that was really nice. And let's see about the image we have created and see amazing this duck in the pool swimming. And now we have the video ready. See, this video should make this duck fly. And this is real power of the VO or the Google AI Studio. So we have seen some great things on this Google AI Studio, but we can also do some building part. That means creating some applications. We have the live audio, the prompt DJ, the thinking space. Try these out and see how people are building the applications with the Gemini. Whoa, a lot of great things. So if you like this video, make sure you can subscribe to this YouTube channel because this is really important. If you have not hit like button, what you are doing, guys, and let me know in the comment section what was your best moment of this AI Studio tutorial. And if you have any request on any other things, tools you want to understand in better in depth like this one AI Studio, just let me know in the comment section. Your views, your comments are really important to me, so make sure you have the conversation in the comment section. Okay, so we are going to learn about amazing things in the AI field. For that, you need to stick with me and make sure you are sharing this video with your friends. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.